Hey everyone. All right, let's get the whole stream thing set up. Need feedback, so yay. All right, let's see if you can hear me. All right, looks like it's working. I'm gonna mute this and let's go. All right. Hey everyone. So I decided to do this live stream because if I don't do a live stream for this, I'm never gonna do it. It's just that simple. So I wanted to do, so here's a story behind this. So I wanted to do, 1 second, let me get just things. All right, cool. Let's start VS Code. Okay, so my partner every year has inventory to do at work because they work in a warehouse, shipping parts and all that stuff. And every year they have to inventory parts. So they have to go through the warehouse and they have to get all the parts like cataloged, like make sure that if you say you have 15 of this part, you actually have 15 of this part. And the way they do it is they just write it down on a piece of paper. And so what I wanted to do is create a tool for them. And if they don't use it, they don't use it. But it's something I've wanted to solve for a while. And I'm like, okay, let's do this. But what I wanted to do for them is a piece of software that would go on an iPad or a phone or whatever they have, that they can just either take a picture or speak in it, and then they can do the inventory without having to actually write anything down on a piece of paper and then having to transcribe all that in the database that they use. So this is what we're going to do today. I'm going to build that. I'm going to show you the whole process of how I go from an idea to actually building the thing. I haven't started anything. I've played with the cognitive services for speech and image. Speech I did in Python, image I did in PowerShell. And so today we're going to do all of this in TypeScript / Node.js. So I don't know any of what I'm going to do. I've never done any of this before. So we'll see how it goes. So the first thing you should do when you create a piece of software is here, like you can see here, language, we're going to say I just say it's going to be Markdown. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's go in GitHub and create a repository for this. So this way, we have a place to save this and everybody can see it. So let's create a new repository. Warehouse management. Cool. Public. We're going to make it private for now. I'll release it later once I've cleaned it up after the stream. We're going to add a readme, git ignore, license. We're not going to put a license. What am I missing? Oh, git ignore. Do you have a node? Angular? Node? Okay. Git ignore for node. And let's create this. All right. Warehouse management, all that stuff. Let's go here. Let's let's see where it is. Repository. I don't know where to refresh. Wow, refresh with CH. Whatever. You know what? Come on. What is happening here? Okay. It's doing its work. All right. So this should hopefully help refresh. No, I guess it doesn't. Well, that's unfortunate. I kind of wish it was easier. You know what? We'll do this. Warehouse management code. Open with GitHub desktop. All right, clone. All right, let's clone this. Cool. And can I open in VS Code? Ta-da! All right, much better. Yes, I trust the author. It's me. All right. Read me. And let's look at the preview so it's a bit nicer. Come on. All right. I don't know what's happening. Hello? Wow. It's struggling with life right now. Okay. I hope you guys can still hear me and that it's doing what it's supposed to do. All right. All right, warehouse management. Let's do requirements for the software. So this way we have our guidelines. So the first thing is user should be able to take a picture / upload the picture. User should be able to enter a number. User should be able to add data manually, and ability to export summary, ability to store images. So we want to, if they take a picture, we want to be able to store that. So this way we say, hey, this is the tag you entered. What else? Yeah, whatever. All right, so this is our requirements. Now let's do a new file and say schematics.drio. Come on. All right, good. All right, so this is how we're going to architect our cloud part before we actually start running code. So the way it's going to work, okay, where am I? So basic shape, general, I just do this for subscription. All right, key. I don't know, for some reason, come on, wake up. All right, subscriptions shows up very well, very nicely under key. So we're gonna put here, we have a subscription here. We're gonna need cognitive services here. We're going to need functions or function. There you go, Azure function. We're gonna need storage account, Azure storage. All right, storage account. What else? Cosmos DB. Directory, because we want to make sure it's secure. Azure Active Directory. What else do we need? API management. Yeah, sounds about right. Oh, content delivery network. This is tiny. Yeah, whatever. All right, this is good enough. All right, so here's how it's going to be. So we're going to have a storage account. We have this. Come on. There we go. This goes in the front. Cognitive services goes in the back. Come on. Yeah, this goes here. All right, so this connects here, this connects here, this connects here, this connects here. Come on. You have the Cosmos DB right here. You can see it. There you go. This connects here. And I mean, the storage account doesn't really connect here, but okay, more or less what we have. So basically what's going to happen is this is where we're going to host the static side of our website. This is the actual part that does any actions. This is where we're going to store the data. CDN, Content Delivery Network in Azure, is so that you can put your own domain in front of a storage account for a static website. There's other things like caching and all that stuff, but I mean, it's not a big deal. API management, again, same idea, so that you can have a domain in front of your Azure functions. Active Directory, Azure Active Directory. We're going to, that's where the user is going to authenticate. That's going to be in the front end. And actually, it's like basically in between those two. Oops, not what I wanted to do. Okay. I want to move all this to the right. Active Directory is going to sit in between those two. This is where the browser is. User. Which one's the best user? Yeah. So the user basically connects here. Why? All right. User connects here. User authenticate here, goes here, and this connects here. Come on. There you go. All right. And that's, can I change the, whatever. This is a two-way line. Oh, there it is. It's on the right. Whatever. You know what? It doesn't really matter. That's the idea. You get the idea. Basically, the user is going to go here. He or she is going to see the CDN, Content Delivery Network, which is going to pull the website from the storage account and cache it if needed. Then the user is going to have to authenticate through Azure Active Directory so that API management knows that it's a valid use. So API management is actually going to validate the token that is being passed from the user to do anything. And then it's going to pass the data to Azure Functions that is going to execute the whole logic behind the website. So for example, it's going to, if you upload a picture, it's going to do save it here. It's going to pass it on to cognitive services so that they can analyze the data. This is going to be the OCR, optical character recognition. So computer vision to give us, to read the picture that they take. So you take a picture of your label and it says like, this is, here's another thing. That's not the label, that's just an example. It would say, okay, this is PC adapter, and this is going to recognize all the text that's on here, and then the user can validate the text that's being chosen. And so, yeah, so this is what we're going to do. That's going to be fun. And what we're going to use here for the website is going to be Angular. What we're going to use here for the Azure function is going to be TypeScript. And this is going to be an SQL database. Not that it matters too much. And yeah, it's going to be fun. Let's do this. All right. So here, how do I open this in Terminal? There you go. Save everything. CLS. Oh, sorry. I like PowerShell. I'm going to do PowerShell. Okay. All right. So ng new, so that's Angular. Can I? Okay. Let me see if I can make myself a bit smaller. Okay. Yeah. Can I move where I am? Okay. Whatever. So you can see ng warehouse management. Oops. Angular routing, absolutely. CSS. It's going to do its thing. Yeah. Oh, okay. There's stuff here that I didn't mean to add. Okay. In the meantime, all right, so this is the folder where everything is being created. Let's add another PowerShell. We're going to create Azure functions. Oh, hey, look at that. I'm going to create a new local function project. Still doing its thing. Come on. Why is everything so slow? All right, new project that contains your function project. Let's call this, let's make a new folder. We're going to call it Backend. That's the folder. Language TypeScript. First function. HTTP. This is still doing its thing, creating a project. Oh, this is being a lot slower than usual. Oh, project was the function. All right, in the meantime, let's go to Azure. One second, let me get the subscription up. This is taking forever. I'm sorry, guys. All right, come on. Why is everything so slow? All right, let's see. All right, finally, subscription filter. Yeah, there are things I don't want you guys to see, so I'm not gonna show you everything. But yeah. And that is why you have multiple screens. All right, come on. Inventory management. All right. It's great. I love how I just blacklisted the subscription ID, and yet it appears in the URL. So it's wonderful. I love the ability to hide things. Oh well. All right, cool. So let's set up our resources in Azure. Got to need a resource group. So I think core is fine for now. Create. All right, the first, and the reason why I'm creating this is because at the very least, the minimum thing we need to have is cognitive services, because that's the only thing I can't run locally. So I have to have that there. And we'll create everything else later. And I think I will not be able to create cognitive services because it's one of those things you have to, it's one of those service providers you have to enable. So let's see. All right, pricing tier, standard. Let's go to ECUS. Core. Yes. Identity. I don't think it needs an identity. which it failed because it needs to be enabled. Oh, come on. Well, since we're here. Registering. Okay. So it's going to be registered soon. All right. So let's do this. Resource groups. Core. Let's create the cognitive services. You gotta go back to this. No identity, no tags. Create. And let's create it. Don't tell me that you need the thing enabled. All right, I'm going to move that out of the way. It's doing its thing. Yeah, it succeeded. Cool. All right, index. Now we need to go here. We need to install to get rid of this. First thing, let's go back into here. And actually, let's go here. We're going to do ng serve. We can go to localhost. So we can compile. It's in localhost for 4200. I'm going to use Safari. And the reason for that is because if somebody has an iPhone, the JavaScript engine that it uses, we want to make sure that things work in an iPhone because it's going to be a mobile app, and more likely than not, it's going to be used on an iPhone type of device. All right. So, develop. Okay. Console. Let me see. Settings. Oh, there we go. User agent. iPhone. It's still compiling. Okay. Here we're going to create a new module at the root level, and this is going to be a GUI module. I like to do it this way because then I can update all of my GUIs in one place without having to rewrite the code everywhere. So yeah, we're going to be creating our own GUI. All right, cool. So we're using this engine. Now, all I have to do is find out the layout. All right, worker, sorry, so the agent iPhone. If you know how to change the device type, just let me know. I've done it before, but where's responsive design? Aha, there we go. Sure, 8 plus. Great. All right, so this is what we're going to have. All right, so this is what the page looks like. I don't know what. All right, so this is what we're going to work with. That's cool. All right, now we have that set up. And so this is the default Angular page that gets generated when you create a project. So let's go here. All right, we have our module, and let's start with the backend source app. All right, cool. So app component.html. All right, all this is gone. All right, cool. So now you can see this is going to recompile, and now we will have a blank page once it's, there you go. So this is our starting point. So authentication is going to be one of the last thing I do because it's a major pain. I've done it multiple times, and every single time I forget how to do it. So authentication is going to be last. Outlet. Cool. This is what, so when you go to the URL, you can have different routes. Makes it easier to say, okay, this is the page for adding stuff. This is the page for seeing the inventory and all that stuff. So I like to keep this main page as blank as possible because then this is going to be the general style page. So it's going to have things like menus and headers and footers and things like this. And in there, there's going to be that router outlet, which is going to be if you go to /add product. If you go to /add product, what's going to happen is the block router outlet here is going to get replaced by the code for the Angular component that it's mapping to. And I'll show you this in a minute. Let's, you know what? Let's put I'll show you this. Just a quick. This is so slow. Okay. I'm just too fast. All right, with yeah, and that's GitHub Copilot right there. Isn't that beautiful? I didn't have to type anything. Okay, so if we save this, so if we save everything, what we're going to have here is basically a little 100 pixel by 100 pixel right square. So this way you can see what I mean when we create a new component and how the style stays. This is not the style I want to have. It's just to show you that this stays. All right, let's create a component. Now, this is the reason why I can just right click and create components is because I have some Angular extensions added to VS Code, and that's why it does what it does. Otherwise, you have to do ng new component or whatever in the command line or write it all from scratch. All right, so new component, we're going to say, what do I want to say? I don't like this, but we'll make it work. All right, so here, what it says is add item works. So now we need to, in theory, we shouldn't have to add it. It will do it. It's added to the components. Now we need to add it to the route in the app routing module. All right, so here we're going to add a route, and we're going to say path and no, okay, sorry. Oh, it's because I did it wrong. It's called add item. If this, yes. Much better. Okay. Now let's go to the route /add. There you go. So now you can see it's here. It's wonderful. We're all very happy. And see that red square is still there because the main page here, app component, it is the main one that it's serving. So it's serving this page, and then when you have the router, it's replacing the code. It's replacing that tag router outlet with the code from the component that we're telling it to. All right, so here we're good. I don't need that square anymore. And let's clean up that square too. All right, so add item. All right, so I'm thinking what we're going to have is at the top, we're going to have a button, right? To take a picture. All right, now we're going to have an img block to, I think img doesn't have a backslash. Yeah, does it? Is that a thing? Yeah, it's not a thing. That's what I figured. All right, so now, and then once, and this picture is going to point to the picture they're uploading. So, you know what? I'm just gonna. I hope it's not angry with me, but I'm gonna show you like what I mean, my vision for this page. Um, in here, we're gonna draw it so that because the HTML is not necessarily an easy way of seeing it until it's done and written out. So general here. So we're gonna have this. This is our phone screen, but much, much bigger. This is the whole page. We're gonna draw the whole page. Do I have buttons? Sure. So now here they click, they're going to be presented with whatever the phone has to take a picture. And then it's going to have, can I do image by any chance? Yeah, okay, it's going to have an image here. It's going to present them with their image that they took, right? Okay. Then we're going to have a little section here once they're done. It's only going to show up when they're done to select the text. So we're going to have select right, and they're going to have multiple choice. We're going to make a button again. It's not going to be really a button, but different saw is not really the right thing, but option 1. Wonderful. Right. Option 2, option 3. However many options cognitive services comes up with. Okay, that's 2. That's 3. Right. We're going to have the order number. And then we're going to have them type the quantity. I did this. Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't know why they have read-only input and not like just basic input. We're gonna put read-only. Not a big deal. Two, whatever. Okay, so this is the page I'm trying to make. So the user will go here. They'll only see take a picture. This is gonna show up once they've taken the picture and it's been processed. So take the picture. Um, then it's gonna show them the picture that they have. It's gonna do a little spinner. Do I have a spinner? Yeah. So we're gonna overlay a little spinner in the middle. Ah, that's not what I wanted to do. We're going to overlay a little spinner over it. While it's processing, once it's done processing, we're going to remove the spinner and we're going to show them those options. I may not do the spinner just for sake of time, but yeah. So this is the page that they're going to see, and this is what we're going to be writing the code for right now. Just the HTML. All right. So we're going to have image input. That this is going to be our button. Take picture. ing source picture. Don't worry about the errors. It's not. We're going to make it better yet in a little bit. All right, then we're going to have selection. This is where we're going to have the user clicking. How do I want this? What I'm thinking of doing here is basically I want to make it so that in the future I can add more fields. So for example, instead of hard coding product number, order number, I can make it so that I can just add things without having to edit the HTML. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to call that that's one of the annoying things about programming is how do you name things in a way that makes sense, that is descriptive, because this whole section is selection section, but then it's made of individual little selections. So naming things is the worst. So let's call this yeah, I guess I'll call it the way it did. But yeah, selection item is not great because there's going to be selection items within we'll call those choices. We'll call those choices. So selection dash item. All right. And then we're going to have do I want label? No, we're going to have AP. And here we're going to do ng4. Item of selections is going to be an array. I'm going to say order. Actually, that's going to be an object. The reason why I'll make it an object, because basically what's going to happen is when I create my object for storing in the database, what I'm going to have is I'm going to have a field that says order number, right? But I don't want it to have spaces. When I show the user, I want it to have spaces. When I show the database, I don't want it to have space. So that's why I do it this way, because then I can display something to the user and write something to the database. All right, so here we're going to say field is going to be order, display name, order number, and then here I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to say product number, selection. Here's going to be item dot display name, picture. I don't know what the type is going to be. All right, so here, see, let's look at our page. Can I zoom in a little bit? Why is this so tiny? I zoomed in. See, now I didn't hard code the order number or the product number in the front page, but Angular is just generating that for me. So, and here, see, we're in the add thing. So, perfect. All right. Then here we're going to have options. And this is going to be blank for now. And the reason why this is blank is because this is what the Azure function is going to return to us. It's going to send back the, we're going to upload the picture. We're going to say cognitive service, give us the text in that picture, and it's going to give us the text in the picture. Once this is done, we're going to store that text, that array of text, into options, and then we're going to display that to the user to choose what belongs to what. Okay. And so now we don't want to see those order numbers and product numbers because, well, we're not there yet. We don't have anything to choose from. So we're going to use our little ngf equals options length greater than 0. And now if we do this, in theory, it should now be gone. Ta-da! Perfect. All right. But we want to design the page before we do anything else. So let's put it there. Let's put some data in there. And I'm gonna say roll up. This is the product number. This is 20. Actually, this is all text. Caroline and numbers. Okay. So this is this. Now we have it here. It's back because the length is greater than 1. And let's go back here and do a little bit of designing. Here we want to do, we want to add the options so that you can choose. It's going to be a link because there's a clickable thing. I mean, it doesn't have to be a link. We won't make it a link. We'll make a, yeah, we'll make it a button. Look at this. It has a click. But we're not there yet. So here we're gonna say option. Here we're gonna use a little ng4. ng4 equals net option of options. Right? If we do this, ta-da! All right, this is going to be a special button. We're going to format this, and we're going to do some formatting for this. Let's make it look nice. And for this, I really like Chrome for this. So all right, this is what it looks like. It's not it's not the right device. Can I choose an iPhone here? iPhone 5. Pro Plus. Okay, cool. Let's do. So here, what I did. Sorry. I went into. I did inspect, right? Inspect source. It's part of the developer tools. I think it's under here, right here. And you can do more tools, developer tools. All right. So here, what we do is we go under the body. Actually, you know what? I can just do inspect this. And there you go. So image input. This is our image input class. This is here. So it groups the button and it groups the image. So let's do some styling here. So what I do is I do the style here. I copy the style that I create into Angular. And then I go to the next style. So here we're going to add a new style, image input, margin auto, display flex, align items center, align, sorry, justified content center, flex direction column, and what else? We're going to put a little border. Let's put width 5%, background. Right. The background is just so that I know element. We're gonna add a little padding, 10 pixels, border radius. Yeah, 10 pixels too. There. 1 pixel, solid RGBA, 0, 0, 0, 5. Yeah. Okay, and now we remove the background. Ta-da. All right, this is our input. As a matter of fact, I like it. I might want to make it the same thing for those two fields, those two selections. So here, I take this, put it here. I hate when it does that. Why does it have to do pixels in the new line? That's a new thing. And if you see this, it's going to refresh. And it's going to look the way we want it to look. And see, our Safari has the same thing. All right. And I like this style. And we're going to put it under selection. So, all right. Not necessarily how I wanted it to be. I was thinking of doing it for each individual one. Yeah. Let's do this. All right, display flex. Line justify. This is the same. What's the problem here? No problem. We don't need this. Okay, a little bit better. That's what I was expecting. Now, margin, and then I never know the order. We'll see. Yep. So top bottom margins, 10 pixels. Right left margins automatic, which makes it centered. So that's what I want. 10 pixels. 10 pixels. And now, all right, a little better. Now this is ugly. We're gonna change that. And you know what? All right, so the way we're gonna do this one. And this is only gonna be for selection dash item. Okay. So background RGBA 0000. Actually, It's a white order. We can't see it, but you'll see it in a minute. Width 95%. We're gonna have inset so. I'm gonna make it a little bit more gray. Okay, that looks good. Inset radius pixels. Place 5 pixels. There we go. Padding 5 pixels. I think that's starting to look a little bit better. Yeah. I'm debating about the text. Let's do it. I like text shadow. Nope, that's not working. Okay, and 1 pixel, white. I like doing this, the white, because the white will be over the black, and that gives it a little bit of contrast. Let's see. It's just, I'm trying to zoom in, or zooming everything in, but let's see, a little bit of contrast, just little 3D effect, and yeah, so this is good. This looks a bit nicer. I hate this so much. I don't know why Google is doing this. Let's let it refresh and let's see what it looks like. Ta-da! Sure, it looks exactly the same because that's what it's supposed to look like. If we look here, right, this is our iPhone layout. We'll have to change the font just because it's not, I don't like the default font, but we're not there yet. Okay, a little bit better. All right, basically they will select what they want. All right. An hour, 11 minutes. And if we've only done the front page, that's the difficulty with web development. Is user experience, all that stuff takes a while. Okay, let's add a the input. Let's make the input actually work. And I don't know how to do that. 1 second. Input tab equals image. Now does this work? I don't often get image uploaded on my web applications. Input file. What does this look like? Image choose file. All right, we need this. So it's not a button. Is there a placeholder? Is that a thing for this one? Let's see what happens. Okay. Image. What happens if I do this? Okay. I can't mind. I like those people. That's actually where I learned Angular, his class. But type file on file change event target files. Okay. All right. I see what we're doing. I like this way, because then explain it. Let me explain it in a minute. So if you look here, see you have choose file, blah blah blah, and this is an input, and it's annoying because I don't want it to be like this. Because when I choose the file, it then says the file name. But what I want is I just want a button. And the way this is done, we're going to hide this, right? We're going to call this file input. And when we click on the button, what's going to happen is it's going to perform the click on that hidden button for us, right? All right, on file change event. We have here. I want to know what type of event this is. For now, we're going to say it's any, so there's no errors. That's fine. All right. S. Go back here. Select file. No. Yeah, no. Sorry about that. All right. Now if we do take a picture, should show the dialog. There you go. And hopefully this is gonna work the way we want it to work. All right, don't be left behind. Open. See what this. Okay. It's a start. So it did a thing. Let's look in the console. What's the type of event? How many times are you gonna do it? It's just event. Object possibly no. I hate this. That's one of the things I hate most. Because the object type doesn't have target, and then it will give me an error, and it's very annoying. HTML input element. object, possibly no. Type fastness. Type no. Okay. All right, sorry about that. All right, we're getting closer. Okay. Now, what's your objection now? Possibly no. Yeah. Do you accept this? Fail to compile again. I love Copilot. That's just such a great tool. File is not insane. You happy now? Huh? Such a whiny little. You know what? All right, cool. Let's take a picture. Let's see what happens here. I love how applications are the first things that come up. Not found object file. Okay. 1 second, I have a sneeze. I hope you didn't hear that. Sorry about the sneeze. All right, cool. See, that's what we do. Stack Overflow. That's if you don't use Stack Overflow, you're doing it wrong. All right, let's see. File reader. Read data as URL. File. Here we're gonna call this picture file. And then reason for that is so this one can be a string. Yeah, no, nothing. All right, cool. And all right, this that picture equals file, so picture file now. We're gonna read this file as URL, and once it's loaded, once it's done, this that picture event that target that result. Okay. What's wrong with that? This is typecasting, so so this will force it to be a string because we're expecting a URL. So in theory, that should be it. All right, let's look, take a picture. Let's hope that we're right this time. We're going to upload one of my video thumbnails. Don't be left behind. Latest video. Yes, it works. Okay, now we obviously need to do some work for the picture. We're gonna add some style here again. Height. And we're gonna say yeah, 200 pixels. I'm gonna say max height. So it can be automatically adjusted to fit. Let's put some margin and pixels, right? Let's put box shadow. Just make it a little bit stand a little bit more. And just so it's not so sharp. All right, cool. So this is our style for our image. Now, I'm sorry, we're going to get to the good part of Azure, or I promise we're almost there. Like now we have the picture, our front end has the picture, and now we can go and pass it on to the back end. All right, let's add our style. Let's group it with image input. All right. I'm going to try it one last time to make sure this is working the way we want it to. And then we're going to start passing stuff to our back end, who's going to pass it on to the cognitive services. Perfect. All right, let's take a picture. And it works. Yes. All right, cool. Now, let's pass that data to the Azure function. All right. So, our process image, index. All right, now we have our Azure function. What we need to do now is accept a image and pass it on to the cognitive service. All right, so let's look at this image. All right, let's look at this image. I don't know, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to get an image. I'm sorry. And I don't know how to do that. And what do we do when we don't know how to do that? We call on the almighty Google. Okay. Let's see if we can pass an image to an Azure function. And let's see. Read string async. Right. Azure function. All right, this part had a tuned for Azure function. All right, function passed the request. Buffer. Where does buffer come from? Do you have buffer? Get boundary, content type. Multi-part, parse, buffer, body, boundaries, content, res, body, name, part, 0, file name, types, part, file. Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, if it was, everybody would do it. All right, cool. My question is, do I need to save this file? Because can I just pass it on straight onto Azure function? Just get the body, get the header, all that stuff, and pass that on to Azure function, to cognitive services? I don't know. So let's take a look at all right, so first thing we're going to do this is, hey, okay, better. We're going to install this. Let's go here. Let's install our computer vision, because that's what we're going to be using. All right. While it's doing this, let's look at this sample code: computer vision, main key front, URL, image gallery, PNG, option, max candidate language, describe image, URL options. Now we need a key, endpoint. Okay. Okay. Where is this? Okay. Yeah, so it's going to read from a URL. So maybe a smart way of doing this might be to put our image in the storage account. So, I mean, we're going to need to put in a storage account anyway, just so we can serve it and all that stuff. What Python? Yeah, let's see. We're not going to reinvent the wheel. We're going to do some research. Multi-parse, Azure storage. What are you using that you have require? Buffer request body. Parts. Zero data. The buffer. Account key, storage account. Correct. Okay. Storage. Account name. Okay. Option. Content settings. Content type. Okay. Blob from stream. So we give it container name, file name. We read result, error, throw, blah blah blah. Oh, yep. Okay, I'm good with that. Makes sense. I'll write it myself and I'll explain what it said. In your 6 months. So Azure storage. I don't know if Azure storage is still valid. That's the legacy one. What we want is add Azure storage blob. Let's install this. All right, let's look at what was done here. Streamifier. (2015). Well, they're I mean, still pretty active, but all right. $2017. Oh, okay. Hmm. All right. For now, those two will do the trick. All right. I'm just gonna copy this. Copy this. It's gonna be very unhappy. All right. That's installed. All right, let's hope I can make it on time. All right, cool. Cool. All right, so now we're gonna need to. Okay. Let's hope this works. I don't know where buffer comes from. Parts. Yeah, let's just copy and paste this and see what happens. Okay, doesn't have a problem with it. Okay, so what we did is we got a buffer from the body because it's an image, so it's going to be a octet stream type of thing. Then we get the boundaries. Okay, we get the type. I mean, I guess the boundaries depend on the type for what to look for, start and end. And then we're just gonna get the parts of the message that's being passed. Okay. And this. Don't care about the response message for now. Now, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take my file in my front end and I'm gonna pass it to the back end. So now while this starts, we're going to do while this starts, we're going to create a new folder. We're gonna call it services. And then we're gonna do service. We call it image processing. Okay. Environment. Okay. TS. And we're going to take backend URL equals localhost. What are you telling me? What are you telling me? Azure functions. Process image function error. Invalid script file name. Configuration. The script file property is set to a file that does not exist. Okay, I know. Special script. You can't just do func start. Like everything else, it has to be compiled, more or less. So, yeah. All right. So, hopefully this works. Let's go back to environment. Sorry, this is the wrong thing. I don't know. I think it's going to give me what the path is. We'll update this. And so this way we have a path created. So basically what's going to happen, the environment. So this way when I upload that file to GitHub and it gets built into production, it's going to replace the content of this file with this file. And so this way, let's see, 70, 71. So this way you can point to a new thing, as opposed to if you hard code the URL in every single file, you're going to have a big problem. So here we're going to take this. Oh, crap. Sorry. Yeah. All right, let's go here. 70, 71 API. And I'm going to remove this slash because then I can put it. It'll make sense once I do it. All right, cool. So let's go back to our service. Backend URL equals env dot backend URL. And now actually environment. What happened here? All right, cool. Environment. There you go. All right, now let's create a function called process image, and we're going to do image, and it's going to be a file. Oops. Okay, wrong one. Oh, yeah. So this has to go into app. This is gonna break things. No, it's not gonna break anything. All right. One thing we need is HTTP client module. How do I know that? Because it's not my first rodeo doing this. Come on, get me in there. Good. I don't know why my computer is so slow. I hope you guys can hear me. Yeah. It's fine. Why is this big? Whatever. We good now? No, we're not good because we need to do this. How about now? Are we good? Yes, we're good. Whew. That was a close one. All right, cool. Then we need to create it, HTTP client. Nope, just the client. Cool. And that's when we pass. Let's see. Let's see if GitHub Copilot can help us with this. Yeah. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Now we're gonna go to our page. All right. We're not uploading anything yet. So we have this on Node. We get the picture. Now what we're going to do is we're gonna open the come on. What did I click on? Okay, now we need to put the service private image processing service. It's image processing service. Right. So now we take this, we say this dot image processing service dot process image, and then we give the picture file. We don't have to subscribe. Okay, what's the problem here? Hopefully it's smart enough to realize that if we do this, picture file has to be and it is not smart enough. All right, how about now? If this dot picture file, what do we need to do? Just do this. Now it's got it. All right, so now in theory that everything is running. When we upload our file, we should now get, let me see. We should get these 3 nines. And actually, this is wrong because it's not console, it's context. All right, let's give that a shot. So let's take, oh, wait, I missed something. Close. And I don't like this. I do like templated strings a little better. Our URL is process image. Boom. All right, now wait until this starts. Okay. What is the problem? No provider for image processing service. Injectable. Ah. Hi, Lily. All right. What it's telling me is that services were provided en route. Yeah, sometimes things that I do all the time, I still have to look for it. Hello. I'll say hi to people. Say hi. Say hi. Provided in root. Yes. Why is this not done in here? Oh, because I didn't create the service in the right location. That's why. So now, all right, so now this should work. So if we go to add, that service is there. We're going to take a picture. We're going to upload one of our pictures. You've been quiet today. Good job. Good job, little puppy. Don't be left behind. And if we open this, now hopefully this will trigger this. Did it do it? Did it trigger it? It did not. Unknown. Localhost API process. I know. Oh, because I didn't put the HTTP. I did not put the HTTP. And it's like, what the hell are you telling me? HTTP / and now it's gonna be happening. I'm sorry about that. Apologizing to everyone. Let's take a picture. I think my computer is slow because it's streaming. Maybe there will be a good Black Friday deal with a nice computer for streaming. Right now, hopefully. One second. All right. So CORS, I think, stands for Cross Origin Resource something. What we need to do is basically add allow origin. Yeah, configure CORS on localhost. There you go. Host. Whatever. Local settings JSON. All right. So basically, it was set to deny requests from other origins. So anything that is not localhost 7071. So we had to allow that to happen. Let's see. back here. Let's refresh that. All right, once this is clear at the bottom, we can take our picture. Let's take a picture. All right, let's wait for this to upload. I don't know why it's so slow. Like, Finder shouldn't be that slow. All right, don't be left behind. Let's open this. What's happening? Aha! Well, at least something happened. Process image cannot read properly. Get boundaries of undefined. Okay. Let's log the whole request and see if what I'm thinking is the header, the content type, may not have been set. So let's take a look at that. Let's go back here. That's not the one we wanted. Let's see. One of the 50 million windows I have open. Okay, I didn't even change the image. However, let's take a look at this. Let's see. Just gonna, let's Google this. Let's see. We're so close. So close. This close to being done. Malter. Yeah, no, I'm fine with Malter. Upload from data. Founding this file size, name, create image, message. All right, let's put this back. Let's open this, and now we'll get an error. This is going to be uploading. All right, I guess not. Let's move this out of the way. Take a picture. Why are the apps always the first thing to come up? Open. Let's see what happened here at the bottom. All right, cool. Hmm. This broken characters, if you, in case you don't know, that's the um, octet stream for the data. That was a stupid idea. So this is basically writing the whole data for the image in text format. That was a bad idea. All right. Um, let's log, instead of the whole request, let's just log the headers. That should help a lot. So the buffer on the terminal doesn't overflow. All right, let's reload this. Let's upload our picture. Once it's loaded, right here, we're looking at the bottom part to see if something's loaded. It's going to be green and show us the function is there, in case you're just joining us. This is taking a while. It's still working fine. Okay. Ha, finally. All right, let's open this. All right, let's see what happens in our header. Do you have content type? So we have content length, image PNG. All right, we do have content type. Get boundary, multi-part get boundary. Okay. Ah, no. Yeah. Multi-part. Let's do it this way. It's a very JavaScript way of doing things, but you know what? If it works. Yeah, this is super slow. Now, of course, I know we've been on this for an hour and I haven't mentioned it, but this is not the picture they'll be using. um, obviously, it will look a lot different, but the idea is if we can see don't be left behind, or we can even do our own picture later, that's going to be fine. All right, let's reload this. Take picture. All right. So let's see what happens now. Property data of undefined. Cool, it's going further. All parts buffer, boundary, reader, right body. Always takes so long to log. Or not to log, to restart the Azure function. I'm not gonna end this stream until we've got this done. I thought it was gonna be 2 hours, but we are like 2 hours 15 minutes. But if you're watching us late from after the stream, if you're watching us after the stream, feel free to skip forward of all the dead parts of waiting for Azure functions to reload. Okay, console log part. Oh, parts. All right, let's see how this does. Fun fact, I've had my headphones for 2 hours and there's actually nothing playing in them. I used to use it to check the audio, but all right, this is loading. Once this is done, all right, we're so close. All right, let's open this. Let's do it now. Let's see. Parts. Why is there no parts? Why is there no parts? All right, let's see if we can Angular post. File, we have a file. We gave it a file. Then we get the buffer, body buffer. Malter, this source, destination, blah, blah, blah. Post, image file. All right. Sending large data over HTTP node. All right, so what we need is This is the one we looked at. Parse multipart, buffer, request body, boundary, multipart, parse, parts 0. Why? I don't want that. Let's see. That's very frustrating. I can image from browser, transform background image thumbnail, upload an image to an Azure Blob storage, upload file to Azure Blob storage with an Azure function. That might be it. Source group, function app, dependency, Azure rights, TypeScript code to manage the file uploads, request HTTP, multipart. Okay, so this is what we want. This is what we wanted. Right, current dumps, file name. If there's no file name, add request environment. Try body buffer, content type, body buffer, boundary. All right, so you want a special. All right, let's install this because that's something it wants me to install. All right, context. So if there's no username, that's a problem. If there's no file name, that's a problem. But are we going to use the file name somewhere else? Process, environment, production, blah, blah, blah. Throw, get boundary, parts. Yeah, the body just have buffer, but file buffer is incorrect. Status, bad request. Okay. Yeah, hopefully that's all. Just did that badly, and that's all it takes. Yeah, let's just reuse this and see what happens. Oh, no, I didn't want to just do this. Nope, I don't want to do this either. Whew. 2.5 hours of streaming is exhausting. Let's reload this. Let's see. If anyone's watching, cross your fingers that it's working, that it's going to work. I am. Cool beans. Let's do this. And all right. All right, let's see what it says. What are the odds that it's going to be in there? What's the problem? Result failure can read data of undefined. Why? Why? Let's go back here. Curl localhost upload file name equals test. Da. Maybe that's the problem. All right. We don't really need a get for this. Well, we could get a get to asynchronously so we can asynchronously get the status. So the way you would use it is you post your image, and what happens, it gives you back a URL saying, hey, you got your image, and then you check back every few seconds or milliseconds to check if it's done, and if it's done, it will give you the results. But that would be a durable function. You would need a durable function for that. I don't think we'll need a durable function for something like this, but we're not processing huge images with a lot of data. It should be pretty fast. Now let's try to upload this again. All right, open. Let's see, please work. Okay, wow, that even failed even faster than I thought it would. All right, what's your problem? Worker process is started, initialized, not required. It was aborted. We'll get this working. upload image made easy. Let's see what Academind has to say. Yeah, again, Maximilian Schwarzmuller, his courses are amazing. So highly recommend this guy. His courses are great. Mean stack, that's what I took. That's how I learned Angular myself. So fully recommend. Send as binary data or form data. Yeah, we're just sending as binary. Listen to the progress. Yeah, that's good to know. All right. Looks like I did what I was supposed to do, but now it's just like me. I don't want you to listen to you. Let's see. See buffer. Okay, we got the buffer, header, get the boundary, multipart. But why don't you get the parts? All right, let's let the buffer, the boundary. Maybe I should actually make a retry button. Let's do this. Okay. Okay, this is gonna fail because it's the wrong thing. So let's save this, start. Yeah, so this way we don't have to re-upload everything. Just little button right here. So basically, if we have a picture, we can put a retry button so it doesn't show up when we don't have a picture. All right. And then we do click, and we're going to call the function retry as, yeah, that's not supposed to be here. Okay. At this, I'm going to add retry. Now we should be happy everywhere. Exists no reason to be unhappy for this. This is retry. Yeah. Why are you being a whiny? Pile successfully 27, 37. Go back. Alright, I don't know why it's being a whiny. It's being whiny. Let's reload this. Yeah, so this way we don't have to re-upload the image every time. Take a picture. I'm hoping since it's an image on the phone, we'll have to look at how it behaves on the phone. It's going to be like, take a picture. Okay. Right, there's close. Right, open. Yay, retry button is here. Let's see what happens here. We got the buffer. All right, let's see. That's why I like the front end. The front end usually tends to be like so much easier because it's just displaying things. It's easier. Boundary, body buffer, boundary. Why is there no boundary? I don't know. It's weird because we received the bytes clearly. We received the content type because it's in the header, but we don't get the boundary. I don't know what's happening. I might have to end up doing a part 2, which is very disappointing. Yeah, sorry to people who've been here the whole time. Let's try this. All right, let me look at the stream. Let's see. Actually, I haven't looked at the comments. Oh, wow. A lot of people. Hi. Hi, everyone. Everybody. Greetings from Mexico. Doing a great job. Fun and not easy. Takes time. Thank you for the content. Yeah, you're welcome, Leopoldo. Hello from Boston. Um, hello. Hello, Rishab. Hello, Boris. And yeah, that's unfortunate, but at least you can skip ahead when you're looking back and not just following the live stream. All right, let's retry this. Boundary parts. It's not giving me the boundary. Why is that? Get boundary. Request headers content type. Multi-part. Get boundary. Request header content type. buffer body boundary parts. Why is it doing this? All right. So what it looks like I'm going to do is, because I'm stuck here and I'm not going to make you guys suffer through this, I'm going to end the stream right here. I'm going to look it up tonight, and tomorrow we're going to finish this. We're going to have a part 2 and finish this. Yeah, I've never struggled this much. We've been at it for almost an hour trying to figure out how this works. So I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to do another stream tomorrow, and hopefully we'll actually do the image processing tomorrow. So see you tomorrow.